We're all familiar with the conquistadors in the New World, historic figures such as Francisco Pizarro, Hernan Cortez, and Hernando de Soto. The name Juan Diaz is not as well known, but his life story is every bit as interesting as his more famous colleagues. So, who was Juan Diaz? And what did he have to do with the Spanish in the New World? Juan Diaz was one of the lesser-known conquistadors. His name probably won't appear in any history books, and you can't find him online. Juan never attacked one of the native empires. He never discovered vast amounts of gold or silver, and he never forced a native people to convert religion. Instead, Juan sailed the river systems of Peru, recording his travels in daily logs and a personal journal. What could be so interesting about a personal journal kept by Juan Diaz during his adventures in Peru? It was thought only a few original pages existed. That is until recently, when a complete copy of Juan Diaz's journal was found in Spain. Most of the recorded entries are routine and matter-of-fact, and there are even a few illustrations made by Diaz himself. In his many travels, Juan Diaz ran across many strange and unusual things. From the start, Juan Diaz makes fairly standard journal entries. However, once Juan reaches Peru and heads off downriver, things become odd. The strangest of his journal entries start here and deal with beings that can only be described as bizarre or unusual. Pescado Chico, the fish guy. Arbol Chico, the tree guy. Mano Chico, the hand guy. Gritando corriendo loco Chico, the screaming, running, crazy guy. Juan makes reference to strange people and bizarre sights while on the river. The further down that Juan traveled, the more unusual the journal entries get. One such occasion is when Juan leaves his boat in order to see a Molcha elder. Here now is the entry from the journal of Juan Diaz. I am told to go see a Molcha elder. I wish to God I hadn't. There have been enough happenings lately, but being that I am a good servant of His Most Noble Majesty, I, Juan Diaz, took leave of my ship. I left men on guard, although there is no need. The people are friendly and offer no threat. The elder lived in a small hut some distance from the river on top of a hill. On entering his hut, I found him seated by a smoldering fire pit. The elder looked ancient, aged far beyond his years. He spoke no Spanish and only nodded to me. I looked up to see where the smoke was going. The ceiling was not as I expected. Instead, the space above the fire pit was full of stars. It swam with the motion of stars and all manner of heavenly bodies. I stumbled out of the hut, for the smoke from the pit had overwhelmed me. As I exited the hut, I noticed a shadow moving on me. I looked up to see something, and I do not know how to name it, but I will describe it as a huge starfish with an eye in the middle, watching me. It drifted away silently, and before I had time to react, I found myself alone. The theory is that this is a recording of a visible supernova. However, this is unlikely. The closest visible supernova took place in 1054 AD, over 500 years before Juan Diaz encountered the Molcha people. The next recorded supernova was not until 1573, some years after Juan Diaz made his journeys. So, was this a hoax? What exactly is being described? Is it possible that this is some kind of celestial being, or a flying machine, or maybe, just maybe, it's something known but not seen in modern times? This is all speculation, of course, or it was thought to be, until the following series of photos trickled out of Peru. While these photos may be interesting, photos by themselves prove nothing. It's a well-established fact that in this day and age, photos can be faked. The old phrase that seeing is believing does not apply anymore. Still, one wonders. The day of the conquistadors are long past. Peru and much of South America have been civilized. Only isolated pockets of true wilderness survive. The world as Juan Diaz found it, the world of yesterday. Perhaps it is best to let those pockets remain wild.
like and subscribe. Turn on notifications so you never miss an episode.